Hi, this is Dave, and this is Dave and Jeanette's first video for 2022 on May the 8th. Just scanning around. As you can see, we've got trees. We're down at the paddock and desperate for some rain though. We've planted a lot of trees again, and so far they're surviving. And also some Griselina as well over here. Lots of other trees as well. And apologies for the light quality today. It's not as nice as it was yesterday. It's a bit cloudy. But yeah, everything so far is surviving, but it's been very, very dry here. And we really could do with a couple of days, I hate saying it, but a couple of days of really heavy rain, just to give everything a good soaking and a good drink. But yeah, we put Griselina in the whole way up here. Hard to believe that we dug all that out and there was a trench along there. The grass has taken over a bit already, but the Griselina's alive. Yeah, I was cutting the grass yesterday, so that's one of the biggest cuts of the year. Let it grow a little bit too long. It was over a foot long in the paddock and along the lane here. Very hard work. Had to do 2 cuts to get it down. Okay, head back to the main garden. Yeah, we also give the Griselina along here a bit of a haircut, so I kept them banging my head when I was trying to cut the lawn coming next to it. Oh, there's a little dunnock, just disappeared into the gorse. I think it was a dunnock. I always forget how long this walk is along here. Hopefully I'm not moving about too much with the video. Try not to make people feel seasick by watching the videos, okay? So we've also put a few trees and a few shrubs up this end as well to try and block out the east wind. All this privet along here we want to replace because we need to try and secure a bit of calm in the garden in the winter. When the east wind blows, it just strips absolutely everything. Okay, so I'll talk about the strange obelisk in a minute. Just span back round, and we replanted this by the greenhouse, and that's going to be a beautiful bush, and we won't keep on bashing it with it being here. It'll also help a bit to protect the garden. Not very long, hydrangeas will be out, the flowers. We still haven't managed to get round to chopping all the old flowers off from last year. Just so much to do this year. There's the 3 raised beds. So we got wild garlic in that one. That one we built yesterday and we're just filling up. And the one over there has got a lot of salad stuff in. So I don't know if you can see from this far back, but it is getting there. Things pretty high, I reckon. Another 2 weeks and we'll be eating our own salad from the garden. And the cold frames behind. There's one of them that doesn't have a lid after a big storm in the winter. Don't know where the lid went, but it detached itself and ended up somewhere, probably across the back field. Okay, so it doesn't look very good without the sunshine on it, but that is the clock tower, otherwise known as a telescope cover. So it's not quite finished. I still need to make it watertight on the top part, but I'm so glad that it's done. It's very heavy though. It's got 4x2, and what happens, the top section, the door opens, so it opens up across there, and then the whole lot hinges backwards to uncover the telescope. And the stone circle around it is a collection of all the stones we got. I should have said down at the paddock, we got some of the big stones that were damaging the lawnmower down at the paddock out. One of them over there, absolutely massive stone. Still don't know how we managed to get it up here, but we did. And yeah, that's hopefully means I'll be able to get the telescope working soon. Okay, so we've painted Hexa shack and treated all the wood now, so that should be okay. For the shack itself, just got to do all the boundaries, or sorry, not all the boundaries, all the fencing around it. I'll take a walk around the back of the garden. And as you can see, it's all growing up at the back. We're not cutting this anymore, we want it to grow up. And hopefully the sycamores will be up a bit higher and out of reach of cows pretty soon. We haven't had cows in the backfield yet, and they tend to munch off the tops of the sycamores every year, so I reckon another month and they'll be too high for them to reach. And this is the new area. This is where the phormium, the big phormium was. I don't know if you remember, it was up about 8 foot tall. That's all now gone, and we've planted this area up with red hot pokers, some dogwood, and also a couple of willows in there as well. So hopefully that will come to something. Again, everything's just parched. You can't water everything. We spent Friday watering the garden, and it's just mad. The gunnerer has done unbelievably well, because we haven't had the rain, and the gunnerer is probably the best it's been. As you can see, it really is impressive this year. And yeah, the bamboo, this is one of our jobs this weekend. So you can see the black line going all the way around. It's our old iron guttering off the house, and underneath that is a cable for the security camera. And we cut back the bamboo around about a foot, because it's just encroaching onto the garden. So yep, that's done, and that hopefully means now I can cut very close to the bamboo and stop new shoots coming up. And here we go, pergola, some beautiful flowers. Yeah, at last we've got some growth around the pergola, so beautiful flowers on those. Hopefully they'll reach up into the pergola pretty soon. But yeah, everything's doing okay. This is our new area. This is our jungle area. So we've got 5 banana trees in there, and yep, they're already starting to grow. I think putting them underneath a tree, we'll find out, but I think that might be not the best place to put banana trees, because they can grow 20 foot tall. But we shall see. Beautiful flowers across the back. The wall has just been stunning this spring, and as you can see, all the oxeye or Michaelmas daisies in the background there. We put them as a line of defence from the stinging nettles and from the goosegrass, or sticky grass, whatever you call it, and the red campion, and it's working pretty well. I mean, some of the red campion has popped through, but in general it's kept back the worst of the nettles and the goosegrass. So in this area here we've got our, got to go very high up, our echiums. So they're on the move, and yeah, we're quite pleased with them. We're going to have quite a few echiums in this area. It kind of goes with the jungle area. Here's the pollarded tree, which is like nothing's actually happened. It's carried on, it's all come out in leaf. So I think this is one of the ideas that the tree surgeon had. That's a really good one, about maybe pollarding some of these trees back. Sycamores, actually, they like to be pollarded, and they live a lot longer if they are. And in this garden, where it is so windy in the winter, taking them down lower is less of a risk for them getting blown over. So the hexaved there, hexaved's doing very well. And the coax is well, a bit of an eyesore. but it is slowly being hidden by grass at the moment. But eventually we are going to have dogwood the whole length along. We do have some dogwood growing, so it is getting there. And we've also put behind the motorhome, we've got trees the whole way behind. I won't go around there. Actually, I may as well. I've got time. Just keeping an eye on the time because of the size of the video. I am limited. There we go. So lots of trees up behind here now. So hopefully they'll protect and give a little bit of privacy at the back here. While I'm round here, here's our that was somebody just riding past up the lane. Here's our compost bins. So we've got two. Fill up one, leave it, and then fill up the other, and just do them in rotation. But I have put some grass cuttings in the bottom of that one just to stop any weeds coming up through. But yeah, really nice use of pallets, and that's really strong as well. It's not gonna go anywhere. I can't even move it. Putting 4-inch screws through the whole lot was probably a bit of an overkill. This little bed here is doing really well. Look at the beautiful irises there. Stunning. You can see a very strange looking fly on the irises. We've also got some roses in here, calendulas, so it's all doing very nicely. And there's a tree. If I just go back, that's a tree that fell over onto the sycamore one, so I chopped it back and it sprung back up, and its roots have reattached and it's growing again. So yeah, I think sometimes just taking as I said, the pollarding, taking the heavy weight out the top of the tree is going to give it a longer lifespan. Okay, just along here, lots of things growing. Still, wisteria isn't doing as well as we'd like it to, but it is growing. Virginia creeper's doing okay. And those lovely flowers as well from here, really pretty. Okay, the piece de la resistance, rhododendron. Wow, this year I thought it was going to be a good year. It's absolutely, I don't know if you can see on the video, it's full of bees. It's absolutely buzzing around here, and we've still got flowers coming out, and it is beautiful this year. Yeah, considering what it was like when we first got here, and we've mounted it all up around, and now it really does display beautifully. Yeah, I'm afraid just out of time. There's only a few bluebells left now. It's been a long season for bluebells. They were out in March, so we've had March, April and a part of May from them, which isn't bad. And yeah, as you can see, we still haven't done our clipping on the hydrangeas. These we had a couple of trees down. Well, how many? I don't know, about 8 trees come down this winter, and all up through here, the rest of the trees that were kind of protecting the back of the hydrangeas came down, and a couple of the trees across the hydrangeas. You can probably see the hole over there, but it's filling in. It's filling in slowly. We'll get there. Okay, I shall take a walk around this way of the fairy garden, and everything's doing nicely in the fairy garden. Jeanette's tidied it all up, and fairy garden stroke stumpery. We've also put in a little bit more, or a couple more cordylines, and hoping they grow. I mean, the cordylines, we've got from the stumps, one over there and the big one over there. They're just lumps or stumps of wood that we just sat on the ground, and they're growing. So yeah, very impressive. Okay, I'll spin round on this flower bed. As you can see, the primroses this year have just been absolutely stunning again. Very good year. And they're still, I mean, they've still got flowers on now. There's our horse chestnut tree, which is grown at last. There's a few trees in here. We actually think that we're going to lose the last few elms that we've got in here. We lost 2 elms in here, and we also lost on the end of there, if I point the right tree, that there was laid across here. The goat willow branch snapped off, so yeah, lovely old goat willow broke off from all these name storms we had this winter. It was awful. And the 2 elms, annoyingly, the 2 elms I think that were still alive were uprooted. The bigger elms here, totally uprooted. So yeah, the storms seem to be getting worse each year. But anyway, the flower bed survived, which was good. Okay. And of course, lots of logs. And lots of nicky wood. How many bags? I think we've got 5 or 6 bags of nicky wood now, which is a bit extreme. A lovely little flower bed around one of the old elms that come down. Stump is still there. And the theatre, it's got no auriculums in. Jeanette's having a little shifty around with things, and she's going to put other plants in here. Got some pansies in there at the moment. Yeah, there's the irises again. If I just go walk around this way before walking around anywhere else, hopefully you can see the irises. That's quite a cool wind today. Not as warm as it was yesterday. I think it was about 25 yesterday. Real summer's day, but not that today. And we've still got a few daffodils, very late ones. Lovely looping coming out. So everything's, considering how dry everything is, everything's doing okay. Yeah, Jeanette's greenhouse. Lots of things coming on in there. Jeanette might even give us a wave. No, we lost Jeanette. She's gone round the corner. But it does, it really is beginning to feel a little bit more mature now, the garden. And I do think it's the best it's been this year. All the hard work pays off for Jeanette, and for me as well. I do the odd bit in here, of course. Yep, we were sitting eating our lunch on there yesterday. I don't think we'll be eating our lunch out here today. That rhododendron's about to burst into flower as well, which is good. Really does make a difference mounding them up. Oh, there's a blackbird. I don't know if you can see the blackbird there. Running around. Sorry, Blackie, I'm coming over there. Yeah, and there's our last couple of hawthorns here. I think there was 5 along here, and a couple of them had rotted at the bottom. And they just all kind of concertinaed down. So we had no choice, we had to cut them down. So we planted willow the whole way along here. And yeah, it's all growing, although we're still having to go around and water things. And this is one of the areas we had to soak the other day. Yep. Little secret passage there is a bit blocked in at the moment. The hydrangeas have taken over. You can just about see the steps there. Everything's doing okay here. And those are the willows we put in, I think it was last year. They're really tall now. And no angelica this year, so I'm not sure if Jeanette's bringing one on in pots. We had 10-foot tall angelicas last year. And we planted trees along here as well. I'd get to the end here and just take a quick spin around. And this might be our best fruit year if it does rain pretty soon. The pear tree, absolutely full of little pears. And we've even got on the plum We've got a couple of fruit, so lovely flowers this year. The cherries were absolutely full of blossom. The apple, I don't know if the apple tree is going to come to much this year. There's a few buds on it, but it is pretty poorly. I mean, it's a poor old tree. It's just a stump really, a branch growing out of a stump. The kiwi fruit has taken full advantage of it though, and has climbed nearly the whole way up it now. So yeah, we might, and we've got a couple of apple trees here as well. And they've also, this year, oh, you can still see the blossom there on this one. Nice to have some blossom at last. Okay, I'll head on out. Need to keep an eye, I haven't got that long, so I might have to speed up a little bit. Everything's looking nice over there. I'm across to the bed. So just quickly panoramic round. And this bed's really mature now. We put some new shrubs in at the back, just to kind of fill in the back a bit, but as you can see, lovely big foxglove growing up there. Everything now is really nice and mature in here. It's doing well. There's a little goldfinch as well. Goldfinch, have a little feast on any little seeds it can find. Although it doesn't look much at the moment. There's a fig tree, and it's got a restricted root, so it should fill the whole of that wall eventually. But yeah, it's going to take a little time. There's all the new blossom, all the new flowers coming on the hydrangeas. Won't be too long. Yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. They just seem to flower the whole year. Right, I'll head on round the front. Always seem to get need to rush getting round to the front before I run out of time. But yeah, the front's looking nice. But I don't think we've lost any trees in the front this year, which is good. So these trees are lovely and mature. And it's the bank really I wanted to look at. I am missing the flower beds. Sorry, Jeanette. Quick span round there on the flower beds, because they are nice this year. And these are all about to come out into flower as well. There's a few leftover bluebells there. The boat, oh, the smell around the boat. All the wallflowers. Oh, it's just thick with scent. It's really nice. As you can see, the bank is starting to fill out. We did lose a few things on the bank, and it still looks like we're going to lose a few more. I suppose you can see as I walk along some things that look worse for wear, and I've just been trying to water things because of course there isn't a lot of soil on the bank. And yeah, well, I suppose we've done the best we can. Let's come around the tree and see how it goes. This which was, well, it was right up here, and that got blown off the wall in the winter, uprooted totally. So what I did, I dug down as far as I could, cut it right back, and it's still growing, which is good. But yeah, that's the problem. Things get tall here and they just get blown over. Yeah, I wouldn't go to the front bed. A bit of work needed doing on that, but we have been using that to put in some plants up the lane, and just kind of using that as somewhere to grab the plants from. But it's not that bad. Yeah, the umbrella and some dogwood along the front. We've been watering this as well. I mean, everything you can probably see. It probably comes out, whoops, in the video. Everything's so dry. See a spearman creeping down above the wall, and then boom, look at this. I'll go. Can I get and see the flower? Oh, I can't really see the flower now unless I get right in there. The biggest flower I've ever seen, not the one right at the back. It's huge. It certainly is the biggest one, and this amazingly, well, I might be able to see it from the back here. Oh, another little blackbird. Hello, blackbird. Yeah, you can see it better from here. Oh wow, what a flower. And that one's nearly as tall as me. Yeah, and the border, I'm supposed to be cutting the hedge tops today. The border's doing okay. All the oxeye or Michaelmas daisies growing up at the front, they're creeping up the bank, which is really good. And that's all the way along. If I just take a little spin round, it's annoying the sun isn't out because that looked beautiful. Some of the flowers have come out, but not as impressive as it was last year. Hello, blackbird. This is our new protection area. As you can see, we've got a little border at the front, border around here with shrubs in. It's a mix of shrubs. And that's to grow up and protect the flower bed here, because I don't know, you might hear on the sound, but it's really windy just standing here, and these poor shrubs in here and trees and plants really do get blasted. I think the cordyceps here, they don't mind. The monkey puzzle tree doesn't seem to care, but as you can see with this, it's not good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm being followed by a blackbird. Okay, so I won't go up the top because that needs to be sorted out. But this is Jeanette's white garden. So, okay, you might spot a few interlopers in here that aren't white. Osteospermum, white. Some really pretty flowers in here. Yeah, it's been a real success story, considering what it was like. I don't know if we got an early video where we had it covered with black weed protection material. Still didn't kill the crocosmia, and Jeanette ended up digging all of this out and sorting through and taking out all the crocosmia bulbs. And yes, it's been worth it. It is lovely. Palm tree in the corner. Okay. One more panoramic view around. So you get the whole, the Isle of Wight college bed in shot. What a difference. There we go. Thanks for watching.